Gather round, everyone, because today we're delving into a special kind of game. This is the game they thought they were winning, the one they believed they'd mastered. They thought they were clever, sliding pieces across the board, playing mind games, and convinced they had it all figured out. But little did they know, you were always 10 steps ahead, already seeing through their plans before they even knew what they wanted. They mistook kindness for naivety, patience for weakness. They thought they could run circles around you, pulling strings, and leaving you in the dust. But now they're the ones stumbling, lost, trying to make sense of how everything slipped from their grasp. They're scratching their heads, wondering where it all went wrong, trying to pinpoint the exact moment their control vanished. Because here's the truth, you never let them lead this game. You just played along, biding your time. You saw their moves, every single one. You knew their tricks, their bluffs, and yet you let them believe they were in control. They thought they were the puppet masters. In reality, they were the ones tangled in the strings of their own making, unaware that you were guiding their every step. You understood the rules better than they did, and you didn't need to fight them to prove it. There was no need to argue or confront. You simply let them play themselves out, allowed them to exhaust every tactic, every deceit, every twisted scheme they had hidden up their sleeves. And now, with all their energy spent, they're left wondering why nothing worked, why they couldn't shake you, break you, or bend you to their will. They're left holding pieces of a game they thought they'd won, only to realize they were the ones being played all along. They underestimated you. They saw only what they wanted to see, a person they could manipulate, control, and use. But what they didn't see was the depth of your resilience, the strength that runs through your veins. You let them see only what you wanted them to, and now they're haunted by the realization that they never truly knew you. Now, they're left questioning every interaction, every word, every moment, wondering how they got it so wrong. The irony is sweet, isn't it? They wanted to play games, but they didn't realize they were up against a master. Every move they made was part of a larger plan, a plan they weren't even aware of. You let them walk right into their own trap, watched as they built their own cage, brick by brick, until they were locked in by their arrogance. And now, they're the ones clawing to escape, while you stand calmly on the outside, untouched, unbothered. They wanted chaos, but you gave them calm. They wanted to see you break, but you remained unshaken. They wanted to drag you down, but you rose above, leaving them to choke on their own fumes. Now, they're lost in a fog of confusion, desperately trying to rewrite the story, trying to cast themselves as the heroes. But each time they try, they're reminded that the only one who truly understood the game was you. They thought they held all the power, but now, standing on the other side, they see how powerless they really were. Every word, every move, every plan they made was anticipated, calculated, and met with indifference. Now, they're left with a bitter taste, realizing that the game they thought they controlled was never in their hands. They wanted to win, but now they're left wondering what they even stood to gain. In their quest for control, they lost everything that truly mattered. They lost you, and with that loss, they forfeited the only person who could have brought meaning to their hollow games. They're scratching their heads, lost in the confusion of their own creation, haunted by every tactic, every mind game, every cruel twist, all turning back on them now. You walked away with nothing but peace, leaving them with the chaos they once hoped would consume you. Control is a funny thing. It slips right through the fingers of those who crave it the most. They thought they held all the cards, but they were just pieces on a board they never understood. Now, they're left haunted by emptiness, left wondering if you were even real or just a specter of their own creation. You left without a ripple, without a single clue to your next move, and that is what has them scrambling. They're desperately trying to regain a control they never actually had. They're searching for answers, clinging to the fragments of a story that no longer exists. Your silence, it's a powerful thing. It speaks volumes without a single word, and they're finally starting to understand that your quiet exit is louder than any argument or outburst ever could be. In their world, silence means defeat, but your silence, it's defiance. It's a statement that echoes far beyond their limited comprehension. They're finally realizing that sometimes the loudest response is no response at all. You left them to their chaos, to their spiraling thoughts, to wrestle with the haunting truth that they lost someone they never deserved in the first place. Now, every time they think of you, they're reminded of that final silence, that clean, unapologetic departure that can't be explained away. Their so-called triumphs have turned to ash, and they're left trying to find meaning in a game that no longer exists. They tried to break you to keep you tethered to their toxic cycle, but in doing so, they expose their own flaws, their own insecurities. They'll move on, burying the memory of you, painting you as the problem. But it won't work. Every time they try to recreate that same dynamic, they'll be reminded of you, the one who slipped away without a single glance back. Deep down, they know they've lost something irreplaceable, and as they sit alone, grappling with that truth, they're left facing the only thing they truly fear themselves. So let them sit with it. Let them wrestle with that hollow emptiness, the regret they can never shake. And as for you, you're long gone, moving forward, unbothered, knowing that they'll never catch up. You knew from the start that they were never worth the game. You held the rules, you knew the stakes, and when the time came, you walked away, leaving them to wonder if they ever really knew you at all.